I want to ask you a question, Graham.
Okay.
Do you want to quit political commentary and get out of this space? I don't mean to put you on the spot because I've already talked about it. How the violence is getting extreme.
Yep.
We just had a shooting at my property.
Yep.
And it's particularly terrifying, especially I just had a kid.
Yep.
And so the questions we're having now, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
However,
Congrats.
when we get these death threats after Charlie is killed, people are posting, Tim Pool, they're posting, not just me, but like the ones my security team is seeing. We get emails threatening to come shoot the place up.
Yep.
And then sure enough, it happens. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of people behind the scenes that are basically saying it might be getting much too hot right now.
Yeah.
I'm curious where you're at on this one.
Well, we actually did a show about your show, basically, affirming everything that you were saying, because we get the same things on our side as well. That's a tough one to go. All right, I'm going to give the real answer here. If I didn't get into this thinking, when I was in the Army for 12 years, I went into that thinking, okay, I'm putting myself in harm's way. Never did I think that my family could suffer from it. When I started running my mouth about things that I saw that were wrong about everything, never did I imagine that. Here's the real truth right now. If I can look directly into the camera, like my kids can't go to normal schools, for the rest of their lives. Like they cannot go to normal schools. We have to hide, just like you. We have to hide where our location is at. We're in unmarked buildings, all this other kind of stuff. Wishes of sodomy and rape on my daughters and things like this. And then when I question Candace, they know that they can't bother me. So then my wife starts getting all the phone calls. She starts getting all the DMs. She starts getting all the everything, trying to come after me through them. Do I want to quit? It does bother me on a level of what we talked about earlier, where so many of these people that are behind the mic, they are fake. And I know a lot of people will probably say, well, Graham, you're fake. You're the biggest grifter, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'll put my bank account against anybody else's bank account, and we'll see who's actually taking money from who when it's all said and done. But it is that part where people are disingenuous. They're not real in their faith and their beliefs. And then, the real life problems that we're facing to where, people want to kill us simply for questioning Candace Owens. So the very people that are saying that we have changed and we've turned our back, you, me, and so many others have been taking arrows for making a stand that wasn't popular for so long. We didn't change.
We're certainly not doing it for views.
No, we're losing it by doing this. We're doing it because we believe it to be true. The people that are supporting the likes of Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, they changed. Yeah. Changed.
I'll tell you where I'm at. I mentioned this before. Probably what you're commenting on is that we've got prominent conservatives that are caught taking money for these ridiculous campaigns, advocating SNAP benefits to buy soda.
Yeah.
In what world is that a moral thing to advocate for? But they got paid advocating for foreign countries.
Yeah.
We are sitting here talking about what this country needs, and now you got these people taking money to promote, India's trade benefits or whatever Trump's negotiating. You've got that. Then you've got the Candace Owens phenomenon and people like her. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I get these death threats, and we've gotten them for a long time. And we were swatted 15 times starting in 2022. It was January 6th or 7th of 2022 was the first swatting. It was Retter Marjorie Taylor Greene came on. And
another one lost her mind.
Well, my view is with all of the threats of violence, but also this disingenuous grifterdom, whatever you want to call it, I'm sitting here asking myself, to what end do we stand strong? And so I will answer the question as well. I absolutely do not want to quit. I love doing this every single night. I am driven to point the finger and be like, the media is lying right there. Here's how and why. Right. But it becomes an increasing challenge when there is less and less of a desire for truth, more a desire for entertainment.
And outrage.
And outrage. And so what I would say is, we were just talking before the show about solutions to the security issues that we're facing. And I think we've got an amazing opportunity in front of us that I believe will happen, but we'll see. And I'll just put it simply, like we're working with Rumble.
Yeah.
And I think Rumble is very serious about taking this, turning these detriments, these net negatives into net positives. how do we solve the security problem and also make better content and do better jobs? I think Rumble's going to make that happen.
You know, as a professional poker player, okay, what makes me so good, and I don't study GTO. I don't
Luck.
No, I read people.
Yeah.
Okay, I could look at you. I could tell if you're telling the truth, or if you're a grifter, or you're just. I could know who honest people are. Every time Trump speaks, I know when he's telling the truth and when he's lying. Okay, and listen, I don't want to keep saying bad things about Candace or Tucker, but watching people who I loved turn into something that I just feel is so. When you watch Candace, you just know it's ingenuous. It's just it's not genuine.
It's demoralizing.
It's demoralizing, and so I see it, and I read these people, and I ask myself, like, come on, Tucker's very, very wealthy. He's been for forever. He's one of the smartest people in the world. He doesn't. You could call out the Israeli government if you don't like it, but when he keeps saying the Jews, and then he says, well, I'm not anti-Semitic. Well, when you say the Jews, you are anti-Semitic.
It's demoralizing.
Yeah.
And so, one of the things that I'm doing is I launched a new channel. YouTube gave me @TimPool finally after 15 years or whatever.
Wow.
And so I put up a vlog today of it was me and Brandon hanging out at the DGen Lounge for WPT, and it's fun. I want to have fun again. I don't want to be so stressed out all the time with the constant
That's
fighting.
a good point. Have fun.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
But
Well,
it's also
like
it's just not
poker, too.
political
You gotta
content.
have fun. You can't make it miserable.
Yeah, I think the reality, there are people. I would say this of Candace. She loves being rich.
Yes.
She loves getting attention. She loves being wealthy. She married a very wealthy man, and she's doing everything she can to get those numbers up. Man,
She's gonna need all of them.
I don't care.
From the Macron lawsuit.
I had people saying to me like, "Why are you bitching about these threats to your family, Tim? You're rich." And I'm like, I would rather just make a humble salary and not have my family threatened.
Yeah.
I don't need much. I talk about living in a van down by the river all the time.
Yep.
I told my wife, I said, you know what we'll do? If it all goes tits up, we'll get like a 500 square foot little shack in the middle of nowhere by a river.
Elon lives in an apartment probably the size of this room.
I'm going to
Right.
generate
Maybe less.
electricity with a water wheel to power our house, and we'll be 500 miles away from civilization. And she was like, ugh. She sighs because she wants it to be true, but she knows we're never actually going to move to the middle of nowhere. We're going to keep staying in the fight.
Yeah, I put it like this. I a very religious guy, so I've prayed about it a lot. Like, Lord, if it's time for me to put the microphone away, I'll do it. But people keep showing up. They keep showing up every day. And so as long as they keep showing up and there's a fight to be had, here's the thing that I think you're saying, if I can stand up for a couple people real quick, stand up for people like Dan Bongino for a minute.
Yeah.
Not even a year ago, people were begging, people like me, people like Dan, and other people, and I don't want to out them because a lot of people have anonymous profiles that went to the administration. And we did it. For those of you who don't know, we had to stop all money making. You can't do that. And when your business is you talking, it's not like you can just name a CEO to take it over and all this stuff. We did it, and we went in there, and now I'm a Fed. I'm bought and paid for. I was a Fed before. I was in the Army for 12 years before I even did this. So I'm a Fed. But then you got Dan Bongino, who before Candace in her thing, he was getting 200,000 concurrents every day. And he gave it all up to go try to make a difference. Now, you can say whatever you want. Yes, the FBI was corrupted. Yes, it was a mess, and it was probably set up to fail from the beginning. But Dan Bongino's a patriot, and I've seen the reports from Fox News that he's thinking about his future and all this other stuff. When he comes back, I think we need a Dan Bongino to come back.
I think people are saying, "Oh, Dan Bongino got in and he got corrupted." I don't believe for a second. I think Dan is fighting the good fight, still trying his hardest.
Absolutely, I'm 100% agree.
But here's the thing: is like, what is your opinion on this? Because the DOJ is supposed to be separate from the administration. The FBI is supposed to be separate from the administration. And every time, I met Kash Patel. I think he's a really nice guy. I think he's doing the good fight. But it's always like, we got Trump's agenda. Trump's show, the DOJ. Pam Bondi brings up, well, they're blocking us from Trump's agenda. Like, are they supposed to be saying that? Aren't they supposed to be neutral, the DOJ and the FBI? And they come out like all about Trump's agenda, which I like that, but what's going to happen when they get the power? Is it all going to be about Gavin Newsom? God, please rest us all. Don't let God let fucking Gavin Newsom in there. But I'm just trying to say, do you understand what I'm trying to say about keeping it separate?
If we don't stay in this fight and redouble our efforts, we're going to get President Newsom. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I would rather have the crazy Kamala than I would Gavin.
Man. No.
Gavin Newsom is the most evil person in the world.
The only reason to prefer Kamala to Gavin Newsom is because in the hope that a Kamala Harris administration would be less
coherent.
Yeah, less coherent, but also less
be drunk every day.
accomplished. Like they wouldn't be able to get things done as well as Gavin Newsom.
You're right, Mike. It is supposed to be neutral, but in the real world, like
we know Merrick Garland was working for Biden.
But when the president's agenda is what's best for the country, like truly, like, hey, finding all of these people, prosecuting them to the fullest extent of the laws, hey, when international crimes are committed or
this is another thing that's making us look bad.
Like
right?
the cops being cops, allowing them to do what they're supposed to do.
There's been no arrest. There's been they just talk, right? And it makes us look like idiots, right?
Yeah, well, I've never been a Pam Bondi fan.
If nothing's getting done.
I never really
I was going in. I'm not now.
I never liked the Pam Bondi pick. I never really loved it. I think everyone agrees that Pam Bondi in her first 2 weeks with that whole Epstein binder stuff, everyone agrees that was the most massive PR mistake that could have ever happened. And honestly, there was a lot of innocent creators or influencers or pundits, however you want to call them, that got caught in a situation they didn't even realize they were getting caught into during that. They were there to meet a lot of the cabinet level officials. Pam Bondi walks in kind of last minute, throws them all these binders, and then they go walk outside where they think the press aren't supposed to be, but then the press aren't there. There were a lot of people there that got caught in a situation.
Well, one of the big things about the Epstein thing, right, is I know for 1,000,000% sure that Trump had nothing to do with Epstein. He blocked him out in 2003. If they had anything on Trump with Epstein, they wouldn't have bankrupted him, tried to put him in jail for life, did all the things they put up. They had nothing, okay? But when Trump says a lot of innocent people are going to get hurt, and then they get mad, well, who cares about innocent people getting hurt? They're pedophiles, right? But you got to remember, like, people like Prince Andrew, the royals, people that put Mohammed bin Salman, like very powerful people, like these are people that give the United States billions and billions of dollars. And if they see their name on there one time on a plane, you see what I'm saying? And that's what he's trying to block.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.